Hi, my name is Rakesh Singh and welcome you on this jQuery video session. Thank you so much for joining Naresh IT Technologies video session. In today's session, we are going to discuss about one of the most important method of jQuery DOM traversing, the name called children method. Means how to work on the children method which is belong to DOM traversing used for finding the direct children of any set of matched elements. Means in any element, whichever elements are contained as what is that children elements, that we need to find out, and on those children element what it has been found, any operation to be performed. So while developing the any website, and in order to perform any operation at client side, we may get requirement to perform the operation to any certain children element of any set of matched element or any one matched element. So children is a method. So in jQuery core library, as a part of DOM traversal, it provides one method. It is called what is a children method. This belongs to which category? Traversing. And in the traversing also, which category? Tree traversal. Means in the DOM tree, it is going to traverse to those element which elements are children element of a set of matched elements. What is the description of this children method? This method is used to get the children of each element in the set of matched elements. So what element you are going to select? Suppose you are writing $of div. It means what? It is going to select a set of all div elements, and in this set of div element, for each div element I want to find out their children elements. Then I can use for what is that children method. So description is very clear. This method is used to get the children of each element in the set of matched elements, and optionally filtered by a selector. Means by default is going to get all the children in the set of matched elements, but we may require, while getting all children, we required only those children which are the specific type of children. Like those children must be type of paragraph tag, those children must be type of what is span tag, that then that children all elements can be again filtered by a what is it selector. What is the syntax? $of what is it selector to select set of elements, and in this set of elements what selected, for each element look for what is it all their children elements, and among all the children element it can be also filtered out by using the what is it this optional selector, nothing but what is it selector expression what I have given that. And this method, it was added into what is it 1.0 version of jQuery library. It means start from the beginning version this method is available. And here in the syntax, what is this selector? This selector is the type of any selector expression. What it does, a string containing a selector expression, means this selector must be defined in the form of string, and it is a selector expression to match elements against this set of what is it matched elements. So this children method, once we are going to use, it is going to return about jQuery object. So given a jQuery object that represents a set of what is it DOM elements, and in that the children method allows us to search through the what children of these elements in the what is it DOM tree. So first you are writing what is it $of selector dot children. So first of all we are writing $of selector, that is going to give one what jQuery object with what is that set of elements from your DOM tree, and in that set of elements it is going to look at children of each element by using the what method children method, and this children method is going to returns again a new jQuery object, and that new jQuery object containing only children element of each element in the set of matched elements. So children method allows us to search through the what is it children of these elements in the DOM tree, and it is going to construct a new jQuery object from the what matching elements. The dot children method differs from the what is it find method. So one more method there in DOM traversing, the name called find method, but children method is differ from the what is it find method, in that children method only travels a single level down the what DOM tree. Suppose I have an element called div. Their ID is a div1, right? And in the div I have one element called as a paragraph. One more element called as a paragraph, 2 paragraph in the div1, fine. And in the div1 I have one more div that is called inner div. Are you getting my point? What is it called? Inner div. And in the inner div I have what is it? Some more paragraph element. Nothing but nesting level, right? So if we are going to find out all children element of the div1, right? So it is going to look only one level, not in the entire nesting level. But if you are going to use a find method, it looks for entire nesting level also, not only for the what is it, one level. So children method is different from the what find method, in which a children method looks for only one level of children elements of the what is it, DOM tree. We will see the practically how it is going to be used. While find method can traverse down multiple levels to the what, select what element, descendant elements, nothing but what is a grandchildren element. But children method is used to select only direct children of each element in the matched elements, not for their what, grandchildren elements. As well, note also that like most jQuery methods, dot children method does not return any what, text nodes. Right. So children method is going to find only element, not any plain text nodes or any what is it, comments. If you want to get the children element along with the text node plus comments also, then you must use another method. The name is what, contents method. So this method also will discuss in a further video session, but right now in this video session we are discussing only one method, that is called what, children method, that is used to traverse and find those elements which are the direct children of each element in the set of matched elements. The children method optionally accepts a selector expression. So in the children method we can also pass one selector expression which is the optional of the same type that we can pass to the what, dollar function. So whatever select expression we are using for first selecting the set of matched element, that kind of select expression we can pass to children method if we want to optionally filter the children elements. So if I am writing dollar of div1, dollar of hash div1, right, dot children, what is going to do that? It is going to looks forward all the direct children of one element that has an idea what is it, div1. But we may require some time to get the children of one element that has an ID of div1, but those children must be, not all children, must be specific children, like those children must be of what type, paragraph tag. So you may write what, dollar of hash div1 dot children, and in this pass selector expression in a string representation, what is that, p. It means must be all children, and those children should be a what paragraph tag, p tag. It means not going to look forward what each and every children, only those children which should be a what type, paragraph tag, nothing but p tag. So that also we can provide, but it is an optional. If you are not providing the selector expression into the children method, it is by default looks for what, all children. But remember, children method is not going to select what, text node and what is that, comments. Only going to look for what, element, which are defined in the form of angle bracket opening and angle bracket what, closing, with the self close or maybe what, separate close. If the selector is supplied, the elements will be filtered by what is that, testing whether they match it or not. So let us implement this children method to work on the children element of each element in the set of matched elements, along with the performing some operation at runtime when the document gets ready, as well as on some other action like whenever user click on the button or user mouse over on the what is it, any element object. So for that purpose we are going to implement some example of this method by using the development environment in which one website is created, and in that I am going to work on that. So moving to Visual Studio development environment in which one website I have been created, and I am having the one HTML page on which some of the HTML document elements are there, and on that we are going to perform this operation by using the what method, children method. right. So we came to Visual Studio Development environment, and you can observe that here in body section I have some elements. I have given one heading, welcome to Naresh IT Technologies jQuery video session, and my actual HTML document element is what? This one. Observe, it is a div. What is the ID? Div main1 is a container. In this div I am containing what is it? One paragraph element, one more paragraph element. This para1 and para2, it is available into the main div. Fine. And this div also containing one more div. Their ID is what? Inner div 1. In this I am having how many paragraph? 2 paragraph, right. Div is closed, and I am having one more div with ID of what is it? Inner div 2. And in this I am having what is it? 2 paragraph element. This is my HTML DOM tree for my HTML document page. Fine. What my requirement is, I want to traverse to all the children element of one div that has an ID of what is it? Div main1. Are you getting my point? I would like to traverse to all the children element of one element that has an ID of div main1. And on that I want to perform some operation like apply some CSS property. So before applying the CSS property, first of all we have to get all children elements of one element that has an ID of what is it? Div main1. So observe here, what is my div ID? Div main1. In div main1, what are the children available? Observe, in div main1 these two are what is it? Children 1, 2. This div also children of what is it? This div. Try to understand this hierarchy level. But these two paragraph, para1 in first inner div, para2 in first inner div, these two paragraph are not children of this div. Nothing but what? Div main1. Are you getting my point? These two are children of what is it? This div, which is nothing but inner div. So these two are called what is it? Grandchildren for whom? For the first div with ID of what is it? Div main1. But children method is not going to find out, is not going to traverse to grandchildren. It is going to only find out, only going to traverse to direct children of the div element matched with what? ID div main1. So for div with ID div main1, these two are children, this div is children, but this two paragraph is not children of what is it? Div main1. And this div with ID inner div 2, this is also direct children of whom? This div with the ID of what? Div main1. But these two paragraph, para1 in second inner div, para2 into what? Second inner div, these two are not children of what is it? Div with the ID div main1. These two are children, I can say, of whom? Div with the ID inner div 2. So if I want to perform the operation to direct children of this div element with an ID of div main1, so 1, 2, this div 3 and this div what? 4. Total how many elements are there? 4 children elements are there right now. So I am coming to your code section, right. I am coming to code section in which what required, there is a one jQuery library reference is available, one more script section defined, and we are going to perform any operation as soon as DOM is ready in the browser window. For that, ready event is registered to the document object, and I want to perform at that time only. So I want whenever document gets ready, right, one CSS property like a border to be applied to those all elements which are children element of one element that matched with an ID of div main1, right. So I am going to write what? Dollar of, what is that? First I am going to select those element for which I want to find out children element. So I want to find out children element for which element? One element that has an ID of div main1. So hash div, what is it? Main1, right. Dot, I want to get what is it? All the children of that element. Fine. So here dollar hash div main1, it is going to select element. How many elements? One element or multiple element? 100% only one element, because I am using what selector? ID selector. An ID selector if matched that returns a jQuery object and that represent as a collection, but in the collection how many elements will be present? Only one element. So for this one element, right, I want to traverse to all the children by using simply what method I am writing? Children method. Right. This children method is going to return what object? New jQuery object. and that new jQuery object represent collection of all the children element of which matched element, div main1 matched element. So on that new jQuery object would like to perform one action, one operation. The name is what? CSS method operation. With what CSS property? Border, right? And here border I am giving 5 pixel solid. What is it? Red color. This is my requirement. You can perform any operation. You may hide these all children elements. You may provide some animation to these all children elements. You can do any operation to make you to understand. I am using what method right now? CSS, to apply one CSS what border with a 5 pixel solid what color? Red color. So this CSS is going to apply to div main1 or children of div main1. Of course, children of what is it? Div main1. So how many children we have calculated? 1, 2, 3 and what is it? 4. So these all 4 elements should be appeared as a document ready with what is it? One border with a 5 pixel thickness and red color. So now save it and run this page. Right click on the page, view in a browser. So once load into the browser window, you can observe that it is going to apply border to how many elements? Border to how many elements? 4 elements. One is a para 1 in main div, para 2 in main div, 2 elements, inner div in which how many paragraph available? 2 paragraph. So border not applying to this paragraph, border not applying to this paragraph, border applying to what? One inner div in which contain these 2 paragraph, because this div is a children element of what is that? Main div, and one more border applying to what is that? Next div that is also available in what is that? Div main. So 1, 2, 3 and what is that? 4. It is applying CSS border to how many elements? 4 div. So how easily we are able to traverse to those all children which are available inside one element that has an idea what is it? Div main1, by using the one jQuery DOM traversal method called what is it? Children method. Now observe here what I am going to do that. I want not apply this CSS border 5 pixel solid red to all the children. Are you getting my point? I want those all children which are matched by paragraph. So right now children how many are there? 4 children are there, right? But among those 4 children, my requirement to perform operation to only those children which children must be a what? Paragraph tag type. So these all children what returns by using this method, it can be also filtered with this selector expression if you pass to this method. So in this method I am passing what is it? Nothing but P. Means it is always look for all the children which are matched by what? This selector expression from this div main element. So in this div main element looking for all children, and the children must be a what type? Paragraph. So observe in this div main, right, how many children elements? 1, 2, 3 and what is it? 4. But among these 4 I asked only those children which are what type? Paragraph. So this one, this one, this is what type? Div type, not selected. This is what type? Div type, not selected. So condition apply here. But if you are not providing this selector expression, it means what? All children. So selector providing in children method, it is an optional. So optionally if you want to filter by a selector expression, right, from all the children, some specific children, then only required to pass here what is it? Any selector expression, otherwise does not require to pass. Now I have passed, right, going to save. Once I come to the browser window and refresh the HTML page, then we will observe the border will be applied to only this one and this one, not to this and not to this one. So now refresh the page. You can observe that border is getting applied to only what? Those 2 paragraph which are the children of what is a div main. Right, here one inner div is there and here one inner div is there. That is also children, but not applying on that. Why? Because I have filtered those children must be a what type? Paragraph type. Now comes to the development environment. Here in my set of matched element, I am selecting how many elements? Multiple element or only one element? Only one element, because I have used what selector? ID selector. It means whichever ID selector matched, it returns a jQuery object with how many elements? One element. But I am going to do something like this. What? Dollar of what is it? Div. Means what? It is going to select all the elements matched by div. And according to right now our HTML document tree, right, you can see this is one element of what type? Div type, right. In the HTML DOM tree, I have one more div, yes. I have one more div, yes. So in my example, how many divs are there? Total 3 divs are there. So $div, if I am writing, it is going to select what elements? One element, a set of matched elements, that returns a jQuery object, which represents a collection of elements. And in the collection of elements, how many elements are going to come right now? 3 elements, because how many divs are matched with these selectors? 3 divs are matched, right. Now in each div, whenever we get what is it, set of matched elements, so from set of match for each div, first one for each div, going to look for what is it? Children, right. I am not giving this expression, going to look for children. So for this div, who is the children? For this div, which children? 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 going to apply with what is it? CSS border. Again in the set of matched elements, going to second one. Who is the second div? This one. For this, who is the children? These 2 are children. Now these 2 also applied with what is it? CSS border. Now in the set of matched elements, going to what? Third div. Yes, third div. For this also going to look for what is it? Children for each element in the set of matched elements, point to be noted. So these 2 paragraph children for what? This div. This also selected, apply the border. So border will come to how many elements? 1, 2, 3, and again in this, what is it? This one and this one, right. How many? 3, 4, 5. This one 6, and again in this, this 2, how many? 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 border should be available. 8 border. If 8 border coming, it means it is correct. So going to save now, and here CSS border 5 pixels solid red, right. Now comes to your browser, refresh the HTML page, count it. 1 border, 2, 3 for one inner div, for the main div 3, and in this 4 for one children, second children 5, right. Now 6, this one 6, and in this 2 children, one is this one is this one, to 8. 8 children are there right now for each matched element in the set of what is it? Div elements, right. Now requirement is, I don't want to apply CSS border to all children. I want to apply CSS border to only those children which are the type of paragraph tag. So I am writing here what is it? Optionally I am going to filter with what is it? P. Going to save now, right. Now comes to the browser. Before coming to browser window or refresh the HTML page, you only check it now. For this div, right, we have children, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this 4, this is the what type? Paragraph, selected. What type? Selected. This is what type? Div, not selected. Now in the set of matched elements for the second div, we have children, yes. How many children? 1 and 2. And these 2 also according to our example of what type? Paragraph, right. These 2 selected. Now in the set of matched elements for the third div, do we have children elements? Yes, these 2 are there, and according to our example, these 2 elements which are children for this div, it is matched by what is it? Paragraph, selected. So 2, 2, 2, how many? 6. This is going to apply border to how many element? 6 element. Those all elements are what type? Paragraph type. Save it, comes to the browser window and just refresh the HTML page. You can observe these 2 paragraph which are in the main div, these 2 paragraph which are in the inside inner div, and these 2 paragraph which are the inside what? Another inner div. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, how many? 6. So this is the way how we are working with the what? Children method. Suppose now small changes I am going to that. Here I am saying that suppose this P having some class equals to example, suppose class 1, dummy class, right. This P also having what is it? Class equals to what is it? Class 1, just I have given, and this div also having class equals to what is it? Class 1. Observe that. Again observe here, div with a div main. This has children element. Paragraph with the what class? Class 1. Paragraph, no class. This div having one more div, that is children of this div. Class of what? Class 1. And inside this inner div I have 2 paragraph element, no class are there. This div, inner div 2. In this one paragraph with the class of what is it? Class 1. Fine. Suppose I say $div. $div means what? It is going to select all the element matched by what is it? Div. So this returns what? Set of matched elements. Now in the set of matched elements, for each element look forward for what is it? Traverse to what is it? All children element. And those children element must be uses a class of class 1. Must be uses a class of class 1. Means by default getting all children, but I want to filter those children which must uses a class of class 1. So I am just going to specify what is that? Selector dot class 1. So this returns a new jQuery object with what? All children element with class of class 1 of each element matched by div in the set of matched elements, and on that new jQuery object going to apply what? CSS border with what? 5 pixels solid red. So this applied to whom? Before run the application, let us conclude here. Each matched element by the div, this is the matched. For this, who are the children? 1, 2, 3 and 4. This having class of class 1? Yes. So this is going to be selected. On this going to apply what? CSS border. This one? No. This children element for this div having class of class 1? Yes. So here one border is going to come. Right. In this div having children element? Yes. But anyone using class of class 1? No. So this is not going to filter. Right. This is another div. Right. This div is children of what is it? This div. Yes. Having class of class 1? No. Right. But in this div element having children elements? Yes. And for these 2 children element, for this div having class of class 1, for first one having, for second does not have. It means what? 1, right, 2 and what is it? 3. So in the entire set of matched element, for each div matched elements, children elements, and those children element should be used as what? Class of what is it? Class 1. So according to right now example what we are doing in our this session, we are going to have this element, this div element 2 and one this paragraph element what? 3. 3 element must be appeared with what is that? CSS border 5 pixels solid red. So now save it, comes to the browser and refresh the HTML page. You can observe that the first paragraph in the main div and the what? One inner div which is the children of what is that? Outer div, and one is what? Para 1 in the second inner div. This is also selected because these 3 uses a class of class 1. But as soon as you are giving here what is that? Not any selector expression, it means it is going to select all the children for each element in the set of elements matched by what is it? Div. But as soon as given selector expression, based upon that it is going to be filter out. So this is the way how to work with what is that? Children method. Right. Using the one of the method of DOM traversal, the name called what is it? Children method. So what is the use of children method? Children method is used to traverse to all the children element of each element in the set of matched elements, and it only looks for what? Single level in the DOM tree, not into what? All the level. Means it is always look for direct children of each matched element, not for what is it? Nesting level. So if you are writing here in my previous example hash div main 1, right? So hash div main 1 means what? Only one element. So this element. So for this element, who is the direct children? This. But this 2 paragraph is not direct children of one element that matched by what is it? Div main. These 2 children are called grandchildren for which one? Div main. But direct children, these 2 are not called for what? Div main 1. These 2 are what? Nothing but children, direct children of which one? One div with the idea what is it? Inner div 1. But remember, children method is always traverse to direct children of what is that? Each element in the set of matched elements, nothing but only one level, not for the entire nesting level. So this is all about today video session, in which we have covered about how to work with the children method of DOM traversal. Thanks for watching Naresh IT Technologies jQuery video session. Keep watching. Subscribe for more video.